Hello. Don't stop. Hi. You're ruining my shot. That's influencer terms for you have to move. Okay. It's fine. You can get ready with me another time. Velma. Okay. Come on. Come on, darling. Say hello. And goodbye. Hello. There you go, sweet girl. Anyway, I'm gonna try and film a get ready with me because I feel like crap and I look like crap and I want to feel a little bit better. And now I suddenly have this urge to become an influencer. So here goes. Off camera, who do I think I am? Off camera, I applied some Tatcha the water cream as a base. This is incredible. I have extremely oily skin, which causes me to break out, and I always wanted to try their dewy skin. It was like huge over YouTube many years ago and it's still fantastic, but I was too worried about breaking out, so the water cream is a great other option. I also applied some of the Tatcha lip mask. I'm not really sure like when it comes to skincare so much. I was more into makeup, but I don't know if you're meant to keep it. I use this basically as like a lip balm because it's so hydrating and looks really shiny and healthy. So I just wear it like all day. Like I don't wash it off or anything like a regular mask. I don't know if you're meant to do that, but highly recommend. It's so cute and it's so good. Next I'm going to do foundation, and the one I'm going to be using is the Be Perfect one. It's Chroma Cover medium coverage soft filter luminous foundation, and I use this in the color C1. As a redhead who is extremely pale, I have found it impossible over the years to find any foundation that's light enough for my skin. This one is as close as I've gotten, and even like now, I know it's in a glass ball, but you can tell it's not really the same color as my skin, but it's the lightest one I can find. And no matter how many recommendations I've gotten from people, somehow they're just not light enough for me, or they'll look light enough and then they'll oxidize within like 5 minutes and suddenly my face is darker than my body. But I found this one to be the closest I can get to as pale as me, so I really like it. My skin is like, it doesn't look as bad on camera, thank God, but my skin is really bad today, so I want a bit fuller of a coverage. So what I do is I usually use a beauty blender, but if I want more coverage I'll go in with a brush first and just kind of like cover my face. I think it's because the brush isn't absorbing as much as the beauty blender would, so I just like to get a bit of, like, it does not look perfect, you see that? Like, it's not blending at all. It's just to kind of put it on my face before I start to blend it in where the sponge will absorb. So I'll do that, and then make sure that I'm going a little bit down here. Like I said, no foundation has ever been light enough for me, so there's always gonna be, if you look closely, some sort of like contrast. So I just try and like blend it in with both this and the beauty blender. It's not even a beauty blender, it's just a sponge. Are you allowed to say beauty blender when it's not actually that brand? It's a cheap beauty blender. Yeah, so I'll just try and put it around. This is like the first time I've ever done my makeup on camera, and it makes me feel so much better because I see people's videos all the time and their skin looks absolutely flawless, but it really is just the camera, because this looks exactly the same as what I usually do, and sometimes I'm like, oh, it looks great, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I hate my skin, but actually on camera it doesn't look bad at all. So we're all the same, we're all in the same boat, and makeup never looks perfect. Your skin never does either. Although that theory gets like put in the bin when you see someone in real life and they just have the most flawless skin and you're like, how? Why? You're God's favorite. I'm now just going to use some L'Oreal Paris True Match Radiant Serum Concealer in like the latest shade, essentially. It's always the latest shade. I don't know what it's called. And at first I'm just going to spot conceal the terrible spots that I have on my face, just the worst ones. Like, I don't really care about like other ones peeking through, but just when my skin's feeling particularly terrible, just the bigger ones I want to have a bit more coverage on. I found as well, like with paler makeup, I find it really difficult as someone who has bad skin as well to cover any of my spots. And I think because paler makeup just never sits as nice as tanned makeup. Even when, like, if I put a fake tan on and do, like, I have a darker shade for when I do that, and my makeup always looks so great. And I think it's because whatever they need to make something really pale, just, it seems to separate a lot. And I think with the undertones and stuff, the pinkness of my spots just end up peeking through and they're just like impossible to cover. But then if I wear like a darker shade, suddenly my spots are gone, which is great if you have the energy to tan all the time. But I don't think I've tanned in like a year, maybe longer, and then before that like 10 years. So it's really frustrating to be pale and love makeup because it never sits the way I want it to. Next, I used to do concealer under my eyes first, but I'm like 25 years old now and my under eyes are already not as like baby as they used to be. I already have like wrinkles and stuff. So to avoid that as much as possible, to avoid the makeup actually creasing in under my eyes, I use like cream products for like bronzing and blush and stuff. So I like to do that first so that the last thing I'm doing is my concealer before I set, so that it's got less time to screw everything up essentially. So I'm gonna try and give my circle face some dimension. I'm always a little like scared of like contour shades and everything. Everything's always really warm on me because I'm so pale. How many times have I said I'm so pale? This is gonna be my niche. So I just build up in little pieces. And I do try and like blend it down here slightly. Just kind of like the leftovers, just so it's not as harsh of a cut. And I think for my face shape, you're supposed to kind of do a bit more here, but I think it would look great on camera, but in real life, it would look like I've just started painting my face ridiculously. Like, this looks more like a bronzer shade on me, but it's so cool tone. Oh, this is so messy. It's so disgusting. But it's this one here, and it's so cool tone, but it looks like fake tan on me. I also then go in with, I'm just battering with some cream blusher. This one's called Mochi in the Make Face what is this? Beauty Bay. Oh, it's Beauty Bay. And try and focus most of the blush like right, literally like a circle, like right here. And then try to blend it slightly. It's really light coverage, this one particularly. And then right on my nose. So now that I've done some cream products, I will then go in with my concealer, which I do in the inner corner out here, and then sometimes just a smidgen here. I usually get redness around like that exact area, so I find that it helps just like a bit extra coverage. And then I just batter this shit out on my face until it's blended. And then, as you can see, I've already got these fine lines here. I've had these since I was like 15, and I think it's because I'm a very like expressive face sometimes, and I think I've just been in a constant state of like surprise or like that. I don't know. But they're impossible to like, oh, there's more spots up here. They're impossible to get rid of, so I just try my hardest to make it look as flawless as possible. And I don't really know too much about, like, what are they called? I don't really know too much about Botox and things, but I'm sure I've heard that it's more, is it not meant to be preventative rather than like a solution? So I'm not sure that I could even get anything to straighten that out, but we'll just embrace them. I think they show my personality, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Next I have something. It's rubbed off. I don't usually use this, but I've ran out of my regular one, which I think is like L'Oreal or something. It's like the clear, the transparent, or yeah, transparent lightest powder, but it's like a pressed powder. This is like a loose powder. It's all I've got in my drawer at the minute, so I've been using it. And I tend to find that these ones are like usually paler, or maybe it's just because they're not as heavy-handed with them being loose, but it works all right. I'm just gonna pat it around my eyes. I have really oily skin, but also suffer from eczema as well, so I can get dry patches, so it's impossible to try and fix both problems at once. So even though my makeup will get oilier, I don't like to put the powder everywhere. I'll just kind of focus it in like the T-zone area, like kind of central and maybe on my chin, and then I'll just let the rest get a bit shinier. I just feel like that works best for me. So I just don't want to look too dry. But then I need to remember, because I have oily skin, I'm not going to look dry like within 5 minutes. It's going to be oily as hell. Just dust whatever's left. We don't really need too much. Next, I have this clear brow / lash gel, one side's for either. But I kind of like, this is empty on this side, and I like it better than just a regular spoolie, because all I'm doing is brushing out my eyebrows here, but I like it better than just a dry spoolie. I think it's like a placebo effect that it does a better job than just like a dry spoolie. I don't know. I'm definitely making it up, but it seems to work. I really struggle with doing my eyebrows, so at the very least I feel like I need them to be a bit darker because they are really light. They're almost like blonde, and it makes me look a little bit strange sometimes. So all I really do to my eyebrows is make the hairs look darker and then just let them sit as they are, if that makes sense. Like, I don't fill them in or anything, but and it doesn't even look that big a difference, but really it does make a difference, or I'm telling myself it does. Let's do the other. So next, before I do any mascara, I like to do a bit of setting spray, just in case the mascara or anything goes everywhere after spraying. So the one I have is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I have wanted this since I was like 13, and I'm 25 now. And but it was always really expensive, but I got this as a Christmas gift this year, or last year, and I am so obsessed with all the Tatcha stuff that I got. I feel like it's so luxury. But I have noticed that this is really, like, there's something in here that genuinely makes it look like dewy skin. It's not just like the moisture that's making you look dewy. Like, this actually gives you a sheen, and sadly I'm not actually that big of a fan of how it looks on my skin right here, because I feel like right here just looks a bit crazy sometimes, but I really think it's so beautiful. So I actually only kind of spray it on the sides of my face because it's such a beautiful finish, but somehow I just don't like the way, I think it's because I'm oily here already. So I'll spray some of that. It is so fine, like it just screams luxury. I feel so fancy. Just put like a tiny little bit. I think it's always good just to go quickly in with a beauty blender. Sponge, sorry. So next I'm going to do a little winged liner. This is just the Rimmel London something liquid liner. I love doing, like, I'm stuck in the past. I love doing a liquid liner on my eyes. I just feel like it makes your eyelashes look thicker. Like, I'm convinced that it does, and like that cat eye look, I feel like you can't go wrong. And even when I'm not, so I don't wear like foundation and stuff every day, I'll just wear concealer and maybe like, I wear like everything except for foundation, if that makes sense. And I find that this just makes you look a bit more done up, even when you haven't gone to like the full lengths. I'm not sure those match. And now for mascara. The one I'm using at the minute is by Lancome, and it's Lash, are they French? Is it Idol? 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 I don't know, one of the two. But I found this one really, really good. It's like not, I just put myself in the eye. I'm trying to play it off. Oh my god. It's like not too wet. So, oh my god, it's so stingy. I feel like it separates everything without like too many clumps. I really love it. It's like a drier formula, which I am all for a drier formula. The wetter ones are just so messy and I find them so hard to control, and your lashes just end up really clumpy. So look at the difference. My eyes look like two different shapes. This one looks huge. I could not live without mascara. I think that, do you know when people ask you, what would you take to a desert island? And everyone comes up with really great answers. Seriously, mascara would be mine. I don't think I could, like, it just changes your appearance so much. And, like, come on. So I've actually just done lips mostly off camera because I'm not sure I really like it. But I've stuck with it anyway, so we're going with it. So that's it. Thank you for getting ready with me. Thank you for watching my first talking video. I'm cringing myself out so badly. Oh my god. Just thanks. Bye.